Guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex.
All right, folks. Well, I thought I had that fixed, but you know, like was it Tyson says, everybody's got a plan till that first punch in the nose. Welcome everyone to the American Awakening. My name's Patrick Bergy, and I am the host of this little Bergy Bit quickie. Bergy Bits are actually a thing. They're icebergs, the big ones, but not the super big ones and not the little ones. Kind of the ones that like the seals and such hang out on. But at any rate, what this show does is kind of tells what lies beneath the surface. So I thought that worked pretty well. But one of the things that I've got going on right now that I've been, aside from actually trying to get even remotely decent quality going with my audio, is I've been putting together a response video to for Alex Jones. Let me go to this one here. I think it sounds a little better. So I've been putting together a response video to Alex Jones. I'm only going to get one shot at this, so I want to get it right. And I think what I put together is pretty powerful. It's not just a deeply personal issue for me. It is something that's important for everybody, I think, to be able to understand what's going on. The second ShadowGate came out last week, and, you know, it was just full of not just facts, but to support the facts, documentation, everything. So what I've been doing over the last week or so is putting together, well, actually, let me go down through here, all right? So what I've got that I've put together is my response to AJ, I think that's going to be about an hour. And what I'm going to do with that is I have the American Awakening on IRN Broadcast Network that I'll be doing from 7 to 8 p.m. on Wednesday. That's Eastern Time. And then right after that, what I'm going to do is a live broadcast of the AJ response, right? So I'll do a live broadcast of that, and it's going to include several components to it, right? Then after that, I was going to do a bit on USA Today in Leone. I'm going to separate these two out, so I'll probably release that like a day or so later. I have them all pretty well lined up and ready to go. I don't want to just put out one 5-hour video, but I've got a lot to tell, right? So I've got the USA Today thing. Then I'm going to be putting out the ShadowGate 1 review. And then I'll be putting out the ShadowGate 2 review. All right. So ShadowGate 1, ShadowGate 2 are each going to be probably about 2 hours each. So I wanted to separate those out. But I wanted to put my response out first to AJ. Help set up, help frame everything. It's kind of how everything happened anyway, in the order that it happened. Although doing the USA Today prior to the ShadowGate reviews, I think will be very helpful. So, any rate, just wanted to do a quick Bergy Bit. Thank you very much for your support. Again, I will be broadcasting Wednesday, 7 to 8 p.m. You can find me on the IRN Broadcast Network, irnbroadcast.com. You can find us on freedomstream.tv, although that is a work in progress. It's running really slow right now, but I got a lot going on. I'm lucky the video's even working right now, actually. Although it worked, I ran it for 6 hours. No problem yesterday. And no lockups, no freeze-ups. I come in here, let's do it. And of course, it locked up, froze. But I fixed it pretty quick, so I'm proud of that. Sometimes that's the best life gives you, right? But at any rate, and to all my Patreon supporters, you can find me at patreon.com/the ShadowNet Hacker. That's patreon.com/the ShadowNet Hacker. Anything y'all can help me with, putting it towards the studio here. We got a really good deal on an office in a medical marijuana facility of all places. Medical marijuana towers in Pasco County, Florida. But it's amazing what kind of deal you can get on a lease during a pandemic. So that was fortunate. Not the pandemic, the good deal we got on the lease. And so we really do use what you send to us for your help. Does go to making this possible. I am working on my book. It's going to be done when it's done. It's got to be done right. And there's a lot going on. I think right now being able to concentrate on this is a great thing. But I'm pretty close to that, to getting my book done. And I'm probably going to work something out. But everybody who does help in the help out with my Patreon is going to be mentioned, unless you don't want to be mentioned, in the release of my next book. So, at any rate, hacking mankind's shadow, by the way. So, any rate, I do appreciate y'all tuning in tonight. I was going to hopefully put out either the USA Today or the AJ response, but I got to do these in a certain order. I think really be able to let people understand. Some crazy stuff going on right now. I might touch on that here real quick. Some crazy stuff going on right now with the Biden and the censorship on Twitter. All I can say to that, I'll probably go into that a little bit more on Wednesday during my American Awakening progress. During my American Awakening podcast. Hopefully, may have a special guest on Wednesday. Although the podcast is pre-recorded, I will be doing live right after that with the AJ response, and hopefully we'll be able to dig into some of the other stuff like that during the podcast, though, because these are some. This is exactly what I warned you about, exactly what I was telling you about. It's the partnership with all of these social media companies. Listen, I don't think a lot of people really had a chance to see the interview I did on Alex Jones. I think it's worth your while. I think it's worth taking a look at, right? I think all total it's about 30 minutes. I had to dig it up from the internet because it's been pulled from everywhere. That should tell you something, right? It really should. It's been absolutely pulled from everywhere. But I do, again, thank everybody for their support. Thank you for your patience on this. It's going to be worth the wait, right? I do, Millie did a show the other day where she did a show the other day where she discussed her IIA red pill moment in Charlotte. That's worth looking up. Check out millennialmillie.com. You can also find ShadowGate 1 and ShadowGate 2 there. I don't get a penny from any of this. I don't want a penny from any of this. I'm still doing my job. And when you hear and you understand everything, I think you'll see why I'm doing this and why it's so important. Because it affects everything that's going on today, folks. Everything you see around you right now, it affects. So, thank you very much for tuning in to this quick little Bergy Bit. My name is Patrick Bergy. Join me again, like I said, 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock on Wednesday on irnbroadcast.com. And from 8 till whenever with my Alex Jones response this Wednesday. Thank you very much. Good night, and God bless. The video starts soon. Nice. Thanks, folks. Have a good evening. Bergy out.